GOATs in the sport of boxing, absolute legend of the sport, Manny Pacquiao, 8-time, 8-division world champion, Manny Pacquiao. The Pac-Man, I just don't know why he keeps doing this to me. As a big fan of his, somebody that's really inspired me to even talk about the sport, made me love the sport of boxing, made me get excited about, you know, fighters who genuinely want to make big fights happen and fearing no man, getting in the ring, daring to be great. Manny's up there, but why does he keep doing this to us fans? Because, you know, real fans of Manny Pacquiao don't want to see him in the ring anymore. You know, everything that he's done, everything he's accomplished, being an 8-division world champ, that stuff is probably never going to get touched again. I just think that, you know, he can only bring his legacy down. Fighting a guy like Mario Barrios, he said he wants to make that return. I just don't like it. As much as I like Manny Pacquiao, who knows, maybe he could pull it off. I don't count him out in any fight against a decent 47-pounder. I'm not telling him to go in there and fight Boots Ennis, but I still think he could contend with a lot of 47-pounders, but that's not my concern. It just gets to a point where it's like, this isn't good for your health anymore. And a lot of people, I have a big issue with people saying, you know, he's broke now, this and that, because the truth is that, you know, I'm Filipino. I know how popular Manny Pacquiao is, not only in the States, but in his home country, in the Philippines as well. If he really wanted to make money, you know, an easy way, and he really was running out of money, why would he box? You know, it doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't he go on a commercial? Why wouldn't he do some kind of movie? Why wouldn't he join the sponsorship for a Gatorade in the Philippines and stuff like that? You know, that's stuff that is easily accessible for probably the most popular Filipino in the world, but he's saying that he wants to fight again, and for me, that just shows that he really likes to box. You know, even that, why would you fight a guy like Mario Barrios? Why would you fight a legit 147-pounder for a world title, skip the line, this and that? And people always say, you know, this isn't right. Manny gets to jump the line. Dude, with all he's accomplished, yeah, he gets to jump in front of you in the line. Cry about it. Like, that's what people don't understand. They're just like, this isn't fair. This is boxing, bro. You got to earn your stripes, and when you've earned your stripes, you can do whatever you want. You can mess up and shake up the whole boxing world if you want to, even though you claim to be retired. But that's not what I'm getting at. That's not why I don't want to see Manny Pacquiao fight again. It's the health. It's more so, you know, enjoy your family, enjoy the fruits of your labor, enjoy, you know, your wife and all that, and retirement. It should be a beautiful thing. And I understand he loves the sport. You know, maybe you feel that sense of emptiness. That doesn't mean you can't train. That doesn't mean you can't spar. But getting into an actual fight when there's no headgear, 8-ounce gloves, it just sounds like a bad idea. At this point where Manny's like, what, 45, 46 right now, where, you know, you're getting to that age where the body doesn't heal as well. You know, you've already accomplished a lot. You know, going back to fight right now, obviously it'd be great. I'm not going to say it doesn't prove anything for your legacy to beat, you know, a 147-pounder at the age of 45. Maybe it's that, you know, being rejected from the you know, qualification of the Paris Olympics that's making him want to fight in the ring again. But also remember, like, you really don't have anything to prove. Fight an exhibition where it's less risky and you're gonna make good money too. You know, if people think it's really about money, why wouldn't you just go fight an exhibition? He genuinely wants to contend with legitimate fighters right now that are still popping in the division, still popping in the sport, and are credible opponents. He still wants to see if he's got it. And I think, you know, inevitably Manny Pacquiao is human, despite all the fights we've seen, his run at welterweight, you know, quick stop at 140 to beat a guy like Ricky Hatton, everything he's done at 30, 35. The list goes on and on about his accolades, but, you know, it doesn't really do anything for his career to hop back now and take a big fight, you know, no matter who it is at 47. We heard it was going to be a Floyd Mayweather rematch. That never came to fruition. So hopefully this is all just speculation and rumors about Manny Pacquiao. But I think, you know, like most people think, he doesn't have much to prove. So why even do it? Why even do it? You know, like, if he wants to, if this was genuinely about the money, then he would go fight an exhibition in, you know, China or Japan and get a lot of these, you know, very wealthy and rich Asian businessmen to supply the money for it, and he could make money there and then, you know, ride off into the sunset. But he wants to fight in the US. He wants to fight Mario Barrios. Dangerous fight, you know, much bigger fighter than him, much you know, a fighter with longer arms than he has. So it's not a great matchup. You know, if you take into account how he looked against Ugas, you saw the slower mobility, not as fluid with his shots. The power was maybe still there, but at the same time, the hand speed, the footwork, not nearly at like what it was before. You know, it shows Manny Pacquiao is human. even, you know, despite all those accolades, being 8 division world champ, continuously moving up in weight and challenging monsters, Oscar De La Hoya, Antonio Margarito, all these big fighters, you know, that does take a toll on the body. And at this point where he's at that age, it's just something that, you know, I can't, you know, support it fully, just because I know that the health risks are definitely there. You're not going to heal the same way you did when you were in your prime. You're not going to, you know, perform the same way that you were or would in your prime. Not to say that you can't beat Mario Barrios. It's more so, you know, like, is this good for you? And if you win one fight, who's to say that you don't want another one at 47? You know, it's just a lot. It's a lot for Manny Pacquiao to go through, but he's had a great career. You know, he's one of those fighters that has really changed the sport, in my opinion. Everybody likes to always say, like, Manny was ducking Terrence. It was like, no, it's more so like that position that Terrence Crawford's in with Boots right now. It's just like, why would I go fight this guy? I'm probably not going to make as much money if we're equating it to the amount of risk that it would take to fight a Terrence Crawford. If you're comparing that, it's the same situation with Terrence and Boots. You know, he's not fighting him, not because he doesn't respect him, not because he's afraid, but it's like, it's a high risk fight for very little reward and recognition. You know, at the time, you know, where Terrence Crawford was still proving himself the same way Boots is still proving himself, Manny Pacquiao was willing to fight other guys. And just because he got that Jeff Horn fight, look, he paid an ultimate price for it. He gave this guy a chance and had a lower risk night, but at the same time, what is a lower risk fight against another professional? That's just the way it is. That's the risk that comes with the sport. Manny Pacquiao wasn't ducking anybody the same way I don't think Terrence Bud Crawford ducked anybody. I think, you know, Terrence Crawford and Spence maybe should have happened years before, but at least we got to see it, and the performance that Terrence put on was stellar. So you can't take away anything from these fighters. I feel like no matter what, their legacy is going to be, you know, in the Hall of Fame, and it speaks for itself. So whenever people try to hate and talk about stuff like, oh, Manny should have done this in his career, Bud should have done this in his career, should do this in his career, like, I'm just like, bro, they're Hall of Famers no matter what. It doesn't matter what people say. They're great fighters. It's unfortunate that we never got to see the fight, but why can't we appreciate what they've done? I think Manny himself even needs to do that. Just like, sit back, watch all your fights. Maybe don't watch all your fights. Actually, maybe that's the problem. Maybe he's been watching his fights, seeing how good he was, and it gets those competitive juices flowing again, and then you start to get that hunger back. But it's more so like, he also has to take into account his kids. You know, you could be putting damage on yourself. Not to say that he's going to get knocked out or something like that, but this is boxing where you don't know what's going to happen. So Manny Pacquiao has to be very smart, especially in these years where it's so developmental to, you know, the growth and raising his kids, where, you know, he still has some young kids, and, you know, he has sons who want to box as well. Support them in that. You know, you don't have to get in the ring yourself. Get by your sons, the sons that want to fight, and support them. You know, give them guidance so that maybe they could show something. You know, look at LeBron James and Bronny. You know, that's another scenario where without LeBron, Bronny's not in the NBA right now. Not because Bronny can't shoot a basketball, but because there's levels. You know, helping his son, you know, in the position that LeBron's in, he's able to assist his son in achieving his dream. So Manny could do the same thing as that. But when it comes to, you know, boxing yourself, it's not the same thing as, you know, LeBron playing. You know what I mean? LeBron playing basketball isn't the same as Manny taking headshots in the ring. It's a different sport. It's a different, you know, world entirely. And Manny's just accomplished so much. You know, he's had so many great fights. You know, the Ricky Hatton fight was one of my personal favorites because it was kind of one of those measurement stick, you know, gatekeeping fights where it's like, okay, Manny, if you're really good, Floyd just beat this guy in, what, 9 to 10 rounds. Let's see how well you could do it. And he was able to do it in 1 and 2. Not to say that, you know, that had anything to do with the actual fight, because Floyd did his thing for sure. But it was just, you know, such an exciting time in the sport where no one can take that away from Manny Pacquiao. That run that he's had from, you know, 35, not really at 40, only fought Ricky Hatton, and then 47, and even at 54. You know, something that I don't think will ever be done again. One of the best runs in the sport of boxing, in the sport's entire history. I don't think anyone will ever be 8 division world champ again. Maybe a new weekend. I just think he's a little bit undersized, but Manny was just one of those different breeds, and I got to give him all the respect, and I give him all the credit, even for this channel, bro. Like, getting me inspired for the sport. continuously watching Manny do his thing and do it with a smile on his face, not having to trash talk his way into a fight, but doing it the right way with genuine hard work was what Manny Pacquiao was all about, fighting for the fans. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Manny Pacquiao potentially making a return. I don't like it, but let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. That's going to do it for another Naz Fight Media video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy, Manny with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it all. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to y'all always. It's been your boy.